Are you ready to unlock growth, build resilience, and confidently take the next step in leadership, career, and faith? Welcome to The Next Move. I'm Orvin Kimbrough, a CEO, author, and leader with a passion for helping people and organizations thrive. My journey from foster care to CEO has fueled my mission to help professionals scale their confidence, leadership, and influence through mindset shifts, expanded networks, and bold action. Each week, I'll share reflections ripped straight from my blog to inspire and empower you with actionable insights. Let's get started and make your next move your best move. Have you ever felt like your success makes you less relatable? Like the more you grow, the more people question your motives. I've been there. When I transitioned into banking, some folks told me I was going to the dark side. But here's what they didn't know. Too often, people expect us to carry our pain like a badge, to look like our struggle in order to be taken seriously. But here's the truth. Impact matters more than appearance. You don't have to stay in suffering to prove you've overcome it. Thriving is not forgetting where you come from. It's showing others what's possible. The best way to serve those still struggling is to rise and extend a hand to lift them up. Welcome back to The Next Move, the podcast where we explore faith, leadership, and personal growth to help you take your next step with purpose and confidence. Here, we challenge limiting beliefs, unpack wisdom for the journey, and dive into what it truly means to thrive. I'm Orvin Kimbrough, and today we're talking about impact over appearance. Why what you build matters more than how it looks. Let's dive into it. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like your success distances you from people? Have you ever held back from thriving because you feared what others might think? If that resonates with you, stick with me because we're about to unpack a truth that could set you free. This idea that we have to look like our struggle to be taken seriously, folks, it's everywhere. It shows up in how people judge success, in the way we second guess ourselves, and in the guilt we sometimes carry for moving forward. But I want to challenge that today because impact isn't about how much pain you wear. It's about what you do with what you've been through. So let's start here. Why do so many people believe that visible struggle equals legitimacy? I think that there is a false expectation of visible struggle. I was talking with a leader who has known me since I was 15 years old, living at Annie Malone, which is a children's home in St. Louis, the area that I live in. As always, he told me he was proud of me. We talked about my book, my transition into banking, my journey. I told him how when I first made the move into banking, people said I was going to, you guessed it, the dark side. Well, the assumption was that I was chasing money, abandoning my mission for a paycheck. But what they didn't know is that my move was a lateral financial move. I didn't chase money. I chased purpose. I chased impact. I chased leadership. Then my mentor said something that really stuck with me. Why is it that we have to bear a cross to be seen as legitimate in our leadership and concern for the community? That's a false narrative. And he was right. Too often, people expect us to struggle visibly to be taken seriously. But here's the truth. For the Lord does not see as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. That's 1 Samuel 16:7. Think about that for a second. How about you? How often do you think we judge ourselves or let others judge us based on what's on the surface? Folks, pain is real, but it's not a requirement for legitimacy. I've spent most of my life in spaces where people expected me to look like my struggle. Coming from foster care, I know how the world loves to, well, put people in a box. There's this belief that suffering must be visible to be real. That if you've known hardship, you should carry it like a badge. Walk heavy with it. Let it seep into every interaction. But let me be clear, your ability to lead and serve doesn't come from how much you appear to endure. It comes from what you have overcome and how you use that experience to uplift others. Let me ask you something. Do you feel like you have to look like the struggle for people to believe your story? Did you catch that? You don't have to walk around weighed down by your past to prove you've lived it. Transformation is not betrayal. Success is not forgetting where you came from. We've got to break the cycle without guilt. I used to feel guilty for thriving. I look at people I grew up with, people still stuck in cycles of struggle, and I'd wonder, does my success disconnect me from them? Then I realized something life-changing. We don't serve others by staying stuck. We serve them by showing them what's possible. That's why I talk about building wealth responsibly, moving from survival to thriving, and not being ashamed of financial growth, not being ashamed of emotional healing, and not being ashamed of stability. Now, be honest with yourself. I mean, really be honest. Have you ever felt guilty for moving forward while others around you are still struggling? Have you ever hesitated to celebrate your success? Because the goal isn't to look like the struggle. The goal is to help others rise out of it. Your impact is in how you lift others. Some people believe that to be down with the people, you have to remain burdened, never fully stepping into abundance, never allowing yourself to enjoy the fruit of your labor. But let's look at Jesus. He didn't heal people just to sit in suffering with them. He healed them so they could walk forward. That's the model. If you've fought through, if you've climbed out, your job is not to climb back down and stay. It's to extend a hand and lift others up. So today, I want to challenge you. Stop apologizing for overcoming. Stop apologizing for thriving. The best thing you can do, my friend, for those still struggling is to show them that healing, that success, and abundance are possible. So let me leave you with this. In what ways have you been holding yourself back because of the fear of what others might say? Are you afraid of thriving because you think it might disconnect you from your people? Or have you bought into the lie that success means forgetting where you came from? I want to challenge you to sit with that for a moment. And if this message hit home for you today, I want to hear from you. Send me a DM, drop a comment, or even share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to go deeper, let's keep the conversation going, because thriving isn't just for you. It's for the people watching you rise. As always, thanks for tuning in to The Next Move. Keep pushing forward. Keep thriving. And remember, your impact is greater than your appearance. Until next time, stay strong and stay lifted. Thank you for tuning in to The Next Move. I hope today's reflection inspired you to take the next step in your leadership, career, or faith journey. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a little encouragement this week. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like more reflections or resources, visit orvinkimbrough.com or theaccidentalbanker.com. Until next time, remember, every step you take brings you closer to thriving. Let's keep moving forward together.